100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. My name is Riley Yauk, and this is your Sports Center update, brought to you by Madison Axe. Enjoy axe-throwing, craft beer, bags, shuffleboard, and more fun at Madison's state-of-the-art entertainment spot. Visit MadisonAxe.com or head to their location on Stoughton Road today. The Kings have reclaimed their throne. The Packers dominated the Lions yesterday afternoon 27-13 in an NFC North divisional tilt, and that final score certainly doesn't do the game justice as Green Bay controlled the game pillar to post. Quick turnaround for the G&G, however, as they take on the Commanders this Thursday. Plenty more reactions coming your way next with Jim, Matt, and Molly. Jesse and Matt's Jim and Molly on assignment. And finally, you want some Badgers talk. The Barry Alvarez Show airs tonight as well at 6 p.m., which takes you right into the Brewers, who are looking for their 90th win of the season against the Rangers tonight. Jose Quintana is on the bump for the Crew as first pitch is scheduled for 7:05 right here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow. Oh.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
2nd and 10. His golf's being chased by Parsons. Look out! He's got him! His first sack as a Green Bay Packer.
Quarterback tackler.
Here he is throwing to the end zone. He's got a touchdown pass to Jaden Reed. Packers on the board again.
Big picture for us right now is, Super Bowl is down the road, but it all starts with the NFC North.
Division's over. I will be shocked if the Packers don't win the division.
Ooh.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton, here's Jesse Nelson.
It is the Victory Monday edition of Jim, Matt, and Molly live at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton, home of the Sizzle, Swizzle, and Swirl Happy Hour, where you can enjoy an ice-cold Coors Light. When the mountains are blue, Matt Hamilton, you know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light, of course.
You crush any yesterday watching the Packers beat the
Snot.
I was trying to think of what word I could appropriately say there, and I was running out of options.
Crap.
Beat the snot. Yeah, that would work. Thank you, big boy Scott. Beat the snot out of the Detroit Lions, dominating one of their NFC North rivals yesterday.
Yes, I did get to enjoy a couple Coors Lights. The mountains were very blue on Sunday.
Same.
And I was so pleasantly surprised to the point where, in the second half, I start getting, a little nitpicky. I had to remind myself, hey, it's the first game of the season. There's going to be some spots about this team that aren't going to look perfect as of yet, but you could have asked for a better start. The fact that I was getting nitpicky shows you how strong of a start I think the Packers got off to.
That was one of my big takeaways producing Wildy and Tausch this morning from 9 to noon. You can hear it every weekday here on ESPN Wisconsin. And yes, we do our positives and negative takeaways from each game after games, and a lot of fans call in, and a lot of the negatives were very particular, very picky, even mine. I said, third down conversion. They were 4 out of 10. Would have been nice to convert a third down in the second half.
Yeah, it would have been, because I was going to say they were 3 for 3 in the first half.
Yeah, I think they started, they got their first 4, and then they didn't get one after that. But if that's what we're talking about after game 1, that the Packers need to improve upon for Thursday night hosting the Washington Commanders at Lambeau Field, that means we had a pretty nice game 1. So let's talk about it. We're with you till 6 o'clock tonight here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton, followed by the Barry Alvarez Show. So the door's just opening here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. I'm sure Coach and Tarek and Derek are going to be rolling in before we know it, and they're going to Get ready to preview Wisconsin, Alabama, plus their takeaways from the weekend at Camp Randall Stadium from 6 to 7 tonight as well. So still a loaded football day here on 100.5 ESPN, reacting to the weekend, including the Green Bay Packers' big win over to the Detroit Lions. The Carbless ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line is 844-770-3776. That is your way into the show, 844-770-3776. And it's going to be one of those audience participation kind of days for us here on Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Okay, so a lot of things to talk about with the game. First of all,
well, how is it audience participation?
Well, because I'm going to ask them for some takeaways coming up. But we're going to build
you
up
threw out
to
the
that.
number and no cue to call.
We're going to build up to that, Matt. I know you're a radio professional, and that's probably not what you've been taught.
Well, I hear Jim's critiques every week when we do our air checks, and every time he throws out the number without giving him a cue to call, people are people that do the air checks are up in arms.
Judgmental Jim.
Yeah,
Jeez.
so if you're going to throw out the number, give him a reason.
Let you run the show moving forward. My God.
No, just do a better job, Jesse. You do it.
I'm off to a rough start this week, I got to admit. They
like the Lions in the first
lion
half.
and the gazelle analogy this morning. People were getting after me, but yes, thank you. All right. What were your big takeaways from the Packers game? 844-770-3776. Happy, better?
Well done, Jesse. That's some Big J journalism showing right there.
Let us know on the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. All right, so where'd you watch the game? Let's start there. Because I want to know what Matt Hamilton's – you don't get many Packers game days where you're at home in front of the TV. You're usually world traveling. You got these big competitions going on, geared up for the Olympics. So you were around and actually able to enjoy a Packers game. What did you do?
I actually had maybe my most ideal Sunday for watching football in the Packers. One of my good buddies lives out here in this west side of Madison area, has a beautiful house, right? Just built it, beautiful house. And in the basement, there's a nicely stocked bar. There's a 65-inch TV on one wall with a wraparound couch. And then down a couple stairs, all within the same room, there's a huge golf simulator.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so what we were able to do is turn picture-in-picture on the golf simulator, so the top corner, instead of seeing, like, the layout of the hole, I had the Packer game, and then I could just hit into the sim. Here. And then, when my buddy was playing, like, I could walk over and grab a Coors Light or watch it on the big screen as well. So it was pretty ideal football watching situation for me this Sunday.
You were golfing at your buddy's house. What's your buddy's? Do we have like a nickname or anything we can call him, or is this gonna like reveal his secret identity? Devin, your buddy Devin.
Yep.
All right, so your buddy called up Devin, and you say, "Hey man,
what are you up to today?
You watching the game today?
Basically,
did you fish for an invite?
Oh, 100%. Well, the fortunate part, me and Devin like to hang out. He knows that this fall I've got a very busy schedule, so he was like, let me know whenever you're in town. He had just gotten back from a vacation on Saturday, so I texted him, hey, I know it's day after travel day. If you're whooped, no problem, but we should watch some football together. He's like, the wife just made chili. Come on over. It was perfect.
You totally just invited yourself over to Devin's golf simulator man cave to watch the Packers game. I don't think
here
just based
to the untrained eye, I can understand how you would think that.
I don't think Devin wanted you over yesterday.
Oh, Devin definitely wanted to hang out and play golf.
Tell me the
and
last
watch
time
football.
when you got back from a vacation that you immediately wanted to have somebody over and entertain company, even if it's like your best friend.
Jesse, you know me. Literally every time I get home from vacation. My wife will corroborate this story. The second I get home, I'm trying to hang out with people.
No way.
Trust me, I'm wired a little bit different. My cup gets filled from hanging out with friends, and I don't need to sit at home.
Yes.
Sitting at home just makes me anxious.
You're a man of the people.
I think there's so many other things I could be doing instead of sitting on my own couch.
You were in attendance on Saturday at our college game day tailgate down on Regent Street, and
I went incognito.
Yes, wore your very large, oversized Wisconsin Badgers big hat.
With my Matt Hamilton
could have been anybody.
Jersey.
Yeah, you really wanted to blend in with the crowd at that one. So I had the mic on our podium, and I pointed everyone to you, and then all the people came in afterwards. You said, "Oh, thank you."
Exactly.
Oh, I had so much fun.
Signed some
All those
autographs.
people
I took
came
a
up
lot
to
of
say
pictures.
hi. So I know you are a man of the people. There is
Yeah.
no doubt about that. I understand it fills your cup.
And so is Devin.
So
I need to clarify.
honestly believe that your buddy Devin got back from a vacation late Saturday night, Sunday wakes up and thinks, you know what? Matt just texted me asking what I'm doing for the game. I'm going to say, come on over, pal, and use my golf simulator downstairs.
Well, I didn't
and
specify,
watch
say,
and here's
hey,
some
I want to
chili,
use your golf
and
simulator.
drink my Coors Lights out of my fridge. Like that, you think Devin enjoyed that experience with you?
Yes, 100%.
Primetime Wollersheim is back in the back in the Everlight Solar Studio. He is the producer of this show. Am I misreading this situation, Ryan? Did Matt totally just fish for an invite and go over to this guy's house, even though he didn't want him there?
I don't think so. I've actually met Devin before because I've been to said house. I've experienced said golf simulator on the Masters
I'm
weekend.
the only guy who hasn't been.
Yeah,
Yes,
it was
me-
Masters weekend. We had a little
actually-
Masters party.
It was actually me and our coworker Pablo, Jesse, who you once at his birthday
Pablo's
bash.
been there too?
Who
No,
you
get
actually
outta here.
once at his birthday bash said that Pat Murphy should lose his job. Anyways,
That is not what I said. at the
but
birthday bash.
while I was there, Devin was like one of the greatest hosts I've ever been around. He what is the specialty dessert that they make at? He made like peach cobbler for everyone there.
It's peach ice cream.
Peach cobbler?
Peach ice cream cobbler.
Yeah.
And then he also
So-
had drinks for everyone. He made like
the azaleas.
he made azaleas. He made. I feel like he had pork rib sandwiches. It was amazing. It was like, and I was just invited the day of, and he was just like, "Oh, come on over. We have more than enough." I think Devin's just a guy who loves to host people, and Matt Hamilton being friends with him, I mean, he gets to just ride the coattails. But I don't think he imposed. I think he was invited because Devin is that good of a guy.
Devin sounds like a made-up character in a TV show.
Well, I just sent him a text. He might be able to clarify for us.
Devin doesn't sound real. Devin sounds like fiction. There's no one in the world who gets home from a vacation and then just wants you to come over and entertains you and has chili ready to go and has a golf simulator in his basement with picture-in-picture with the Packers game there and on a 75-inch Jumbotron to the right. That is an insane setup that is only in make-believe fairy tale.
I'm going to be honest. Devin is one of those make-believe people. He is as genuine of a person, but yeah, I don't blame you for not believing it.
Like, he just has peach cobbler ready to go. Oh, hey, new people I just met. Here you go.
I'll be honest.
Honestly, that's kind of the long and the short of it. Yes, Jesse, that's the answer.
Since that day, he's been in my dreams every night. I've just been thinking of Devin. I got to be honest. I just want to meet this guy. I want to shake his hand again. I mean, he deserves it.
Just to prove he wasn't just some planted person
Yeah, honestly.
that Matt put in this day that you guys had.
I just
prove that
rented
it
an
happened.
Airbnb.
And a butler.
Yeah, I need you to pretend to be my best friend. Your name's Devin.
It's great to be you. This sounds Devin's house sounds bougie.
Yeah. And then
AF.
Devin is actually one of my buddies that first people I have consciousness of knowing. We went to preschool together, so we've literally been friends
Get out of here. So
since I was like 3 years old.
He's like your lifelong best friend.
Yeah,
Devin.
and he just actually turned out to be a really great human instead of
And
some
he
people.
just happened to grow up where he suddenly has this massive house with a golf simulator
Yeah.
and a large TV. And even though he just got back from vacation, he'd love to have you over for peach cobbler and chili.
Well,
and
he was on
Coors Light.
vacation. Like, he's fully relaxed. What's he need to...
Nobody wants to have people over the day they get back from vacation. Nobody. Not Devin, not you.
You might be
not
right. I called him,
nobody.
and Devin's like, I just got to go grab my dog from the borders and come on over. So I went out and I watched some Iron Man. I had some friends running. Happened to see
Wait a
Colin
minute,
Russo.
You sent this group text.
Yeah.
yesterday. You were watching the Iron Man. When did you do all this stuff?
I am just somebody, like I said, I'm a doer. I like having plans and going to do things.
You woke up yesterday, texted Devin saying, hey, am I coming over for the game?
Or what?
And then you went out and just, I'm just going to go casually watch the Iron Man.
Well, fortunately, the Iron Man was being run out here. So I went to a couple spots near Devin's place.
Unreal.
Cheered on our friends. I got a random, oh my gosh, is that Matt Hamilton? And I looked up Colin Russo. So he was, I think he was about a third of the way or a quarter of the way into the bike ride, which is like 128 miles, I believe. crazy. So shout out to everyone who finished the Ironman.
Yes,
as
much,
well
much
yesterday.
better athletes than us. So I'll speak for both of us on that.
Yeah, our friend finished at like 10:15 last night, and she's an absolute rock star for getting it done. And anyone who completes the Ironman or even trains for it and attempts to do it, whether you got it done or not, you are incredible.
All right. We're going to get back to the Packers in a minute, I promise everybody. Now I'm getting group texts from other coworkers of ours saying that they were at this mysterious Devon party at the Masters with the peach cobbler also.
Don't forget the azaleas.
And the azaleas, yes. Sorry, the azaleas were there too. So half the office spontaneously ended up at Devon's house for like an after party Masters weekend.
I want to say
that's who this guy, and he just had peach cobbler ready to go. Like, this doesn't sound real.
I know. Devon's a remarkable human. Just happens. We had frozen pizzas later that night too. She's like, we could order some food, but I think I got a bunch of frozens. Let's just do those. So yeah, it's. I know this sounds crazy, Jesse, because I'm sure you send out your Sunday morning text to your friend groups like, "Hey, who wants to hang out this afternoon?"
I say,
and
go
people
Packers and say what I'm doing for the game, and nobody else says like, "Hey, can I come over and watch the game?" Like you either have pre-established plans, or you know what, you're everybody's doing their own thing. It's a Sunday.
It's a Sunday, so that's the freestyle day. Devin was obviously freestyling as well. He's like, I don't have any plans, but if you're looking to play some golf and watch some Packers, that's exactly what I want to do today, so why don't we do it at the same time?
844-770-3776. So this is where the audience participation part comes in.
Yeah.
Josh and Madison. Devin sounds like a real good guy, but it's too early in the fall for chili.
Hey, you know what? I don't totally disagree, but I'm not one to turn down a free bowl of chili,
I disagree with Josh. I had some chili last week, and the weather, the way that
it was 65 degrees on Sunday, too, so it was kind of chilly weather.
It was a perfect fall opening day of football. Let's have a pot of chili and golf simulator.
I would normally agree with you. If it's over 70 degrees, it's too hot for chili, but it was cool. I think it just hit the temperature threshold this weekend.
844-770-3776. That is where we're going to field your calls and texts throughout the portion of our show until 6 o'clock tonight at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. And here's what I actually want to know from you, the Jim, Matt, and Molly fans. What do we know about the Green Bay Packers right now after one game? And we're going to make a cumulative list. Jim and Molly, as you all know, it's well documented. They shared plenty about it last week. They are down in Chicago today with some advertising partners of ESPN Wisconsin.
They had some Wiener Circle hot dogs.
And they're getting ready for Bears and Vikings, I should say, tonight, not Packers. We're talking Packers. So they may be able to join us at some point here throughout the show. We don't really know. It's kind of a fluid situation depending on how much fun they're having down in Chicago getting ready for the game at Soldier Field. But if they do join us, I'd like to have a cumulated list what we know about the Green Bay Packers after one game into this 2025 season. So we're going to share what we know about this team coming up on the other side of the break, and then I want to hear from you as well on the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line, especially if your name is Devin and you have a golf simulator in your basement. I would love to hear from you. 844-770-3776, and apparently so would Ryan back in the studio, off air more than anything. 844-770-3776, the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line, live from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. It's Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. As we head to break, let's hear from Jim Rutledge. He's going to tell us all about Chalmers Jewelers.
Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton is Madison's custom jeweler. They are Madison's family-owned jeweler. Whether you go to the Madison or Middleton location, you're going to run into either Garrett, Devin, Ruth, or Scott Chalmers, and you're going to have an opportunity to work with one of their great custom jewelers. So if you're looking for a custom piece of jewelry and you want to make sure it's the best in the area, go to Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton.
Hey, this is Matt's Chicago Doppelganger. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Breaking news on ESPN Madison is presented by Metro Ford and Metro Kia of Madison. Find the Metro family of auto dealers online or see them in person on the east side of Madison today.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or Choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
I wasn't sure if college was right for me. I worried that it would be too stressful or rigid, but I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. At Madison College, the atmosphere is relaxed, and the instructors are friendly and collaborative. It's such a cohesive environment. My advice to others, take a deep breath and go for it. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Striving for excellence is exactly what we do.
Our suite of master craftsmen ensure every roof we install will last.
We believe in giving you exceptional results.
And the satisfaction and durability you want with your suite of metal roof.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Suita. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Suita metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Suita Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, Marcus and Chris talk to the voice of the Bucks, Dave Kane. Find Here District now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
This is a magical month at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison, with 13 chances to win big every week. Starting at 6 p.m. each Friday in September, 12 winners will enter an enchanted forest and select a cash prize of up to $2,500. Then at 9 p.m. every Friday, one winner will open a door to reveal a grand prize of up to $10,000 in cash. Be here for our Forest of Fortune promotion happening every Friday night in September. Don't miss your chance for prizes all month long at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
2nd and 10. His Goff's being chased by Parsons. Look out! He's got him! His first sack as a Green Bay Packer.
It looked like a speed of light or a shooting star just coming out of the sky and closing ground fast, which, I mean, that's why he's here, right?
Star, Matt LaFleur said of Micah Parsons. Nice. Cue the emoji with the eyes, with the stars. That's exactly how I picture Matt LaFleur at the podium saying that yesterday. Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Jesse Nelson, along with the Olympic gold medalist Matt Hamilton. We are at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. Jim and Molly are at Soldier Field today for the Bears-Vikings Monday Night Football opener.
I hope they tie.
Same.
That would be so great.
That would actually be really funny for a lot of different reasons. I do think the Bears are going to win tonight.
I don't. I mean, granted, I won't have to be on the show with Jim for the rest of the week and hear about it, but I hope they lose.
I feel like we know what we're getting from the Bears. I heard Evan Cohen say this morning on Unsportsmanlike, and I agree with him entirely. The Vikings might be the biggest unknown in all the National Football League. Like, they have stars at the skill positions. They have J.J. McCarthy, who is a complete unknown at quarterback. They have one of the best defensive coordinators, one of the best offensive-minded head coaches. Like, how is it going to work? They won 14 games a year ago and moved on from a veteran quarterback. No idea what we're getting from the Minnesota Vikings this year. I don't think it's going to be good, but I don't know that for sure. And I don't know exactly what we took away from yesterday's Packers victory either. There's a few things that I would put on the list, and our fans are already starting to share them with us. 844-770-3776, the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. What do we know after one game about the 2025 Green Bay Packers? We know they crushed the Detroit Lions yesterday, just like Matt Hamilton was crushing Coors Lights at his buddy Devin's house.
And golf balls.
And golf balls, apparently. Devin sounds like the man. So that's what we know. They won the game very decidedly. Jordan Love looked great, especially in the first half. They were able to control time of possession and run the football rather effectively with Josh Jacobs when they needed to in the second half. They didn't necessarily put their foot entirely on the gas and lead to like a 30-point win, but they did what they needed to do to get a victory very cleanly yesterday at Lambeau Field. Matt Hamilton, I'll give you the floor first.
All right.
What do we know about the 2025 Green Bay Packers after yesterday?
Well, I would say we know that the front four on D can get to the quarterback or at least provide pressure. That is something that was obvious when Micah was on the field, and even when he wasn't on the field, it felt like that defensive line was able to impose their will, if you will, on the Lions' offensive line.
Yeah.
Which is a good line. Like, there's a lot of veterans. Penei Sewell is on that team, and he's an all-pro. There's plenty of good players on the Lions' offensive line, so I thought that was a good test for this Packers defense. Halfley was talking about all last year, if you get pressure with the front four, we can be ball hawks with our DBs and linebackers. So that is something that I was hoping to see, and I'm confident enough where I can confidently say now that we can get pressure on the quarterback with the front four.
So we know the defensive front can get to the quarterback. That is what Matt Hamilton is, as an opening statement here, willing to say we know about the 2025 Green Bay Packers from yesterday.
Yes.
I will add to that, and it's also defensive related. We know Micah Parsons is a game changer for the Packers defense.
Dog. Yes.
We know that he is a disruptor and a force, whether he is involved in the play or being drawn up to prevent from further impacting the play. He opened up opportunities for Lucas Van Ness. He opened up opportunities for Rashawn Gary. Just like we talked about leading into last week when the trade happened.
Well, he was a major part of the interception.
Exactly, yes.
For Evan Williams.
Getting to the pressure to Goff. Goff has to throw it a lot faster than he wants to. Evan Williams makes a play at the right time because he was able to get a great read on it. Micah Parsons is a game changer for the Packers defense. We all thought that would be the case, but we can concretely say after one game, we for sure know that that is the case for the Packers defense, and that should make us all feel good and even bigger believers than we may be in Brian Gutekunst for identifying a position that he could make the team better and doing so immediately. Love that for the Packers.
He is who we thought he was.
Love that. Ryan, back in the studio. What do we know about the 2025 Green Bay Packers?
This is a Packers team that now has field tilters, like you said, with Micah Parsons. And not only that, but with Xavier McKinney. Josh Jacobs didn't make a huge impact in the first half, but he was exactly what they needed him to be, just pounding the ball down the Lions' throat until he could finally start to break it out and just run them into the ground in the second half. We know that the Packers are a ground and pound football team now. And I think they are going to be, as Tausch said on Green Bay game night last night, a defensive-led team. That said, I don't know for sure if they have a star-spangled awesome defense yet. I think we're all jumping to that after one game against the Lions team that, while we all know was really good last year, was the best offense in football. Matt brought it up that they got pressure with the front four. The Lions were putting 3 new starters out there, or starting guys at 3 different positions that weren't starting at those positions last year. So there were a ton of questions about the Lions, and they did not seem to handle all the changes well from this past offseason. So I don't think I'm ready to say that we know that they have like this top 5 defense quite yet. I think we know that Micah Parsons is incredible and that they have the potential to be really explosive on defense, but I don't know if they're that unit that we can rely on to carry us to Super Bowl.
I'm glad you brought up the Lions. That leads us to our next point of conversation here, and I'll actually use Tyler in Sun Prairie's text on the carbless ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line as a jumping off point. Jesse and Matt, by the way, today on Jim, Matt, and Molly at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. Tyler in Sun Prairie texts in, love this question. Thanks, Tyler. That means a lot coming from you, especially because I think you've texted not very nice things about me on this show before. Yeah, I listen.
Well, I came up with the question, Tyler, so Jesse had to approve it, but he didn't screw that up, so good for him.
Tyler says, I'm a very pessimistic Packers fan and can't take too much out of this game. Lions' first game with a new offensive and defensive coordinator. Don't get me wrong, we came out swinging, but I learned we have just as many divisional wins after the first week than we did all of last season. I'm not pushing it more than that. The Bears still suck. Tyler in Sun Prairie. Nice way to sign off the text with Jim not on the show today as he and Molly are going to the Bears game tonight. Keep those coming, 844-770-3776. So Tyler in Sun Prairie knows we have just as many divisional wins after 1 week as we did all of last season. I love that because it's factually accurate, but it also opens up a question.
I do like the pessimism. It reminds me of Molly.
Yeah. I remember her.
Opinion.
Nice. Maybe this is a good Siding Unlimited poll question for us to get to here. Do we feel like we learned more about the Packers being good or the Lions being bad yesterday? I don't know if maybe saying the Lions are bad is harsh, but they did look pretty bad. I mean, the Packers have had their share of. Remember that game they lost to the Saints 38-3 in Jacksonville to open the season? The Packers went 13-4 the rest of the way, I believe.
Yeah.
So you can lose a bad first game and still be a good team. But yesterday, I think what we very clearly saw was the Lions are not going to be the same as they were the last couple of years. Maybe that stood out more in that performance than anything we actually learned about the Green Bay Packers. What do you think?
Definitely, I can say that about the offense. The Lions' offense, they would have like a few plays where you're like, oh, that guy was open, and I understand a little bit of garbage time, defenders just keeping players in front of them. Looked like there's a couple times where there's some wide open guys, and I was like, oh, that was schemed up nicely by their OC, but it didn't seem like it was all the time like last year. So there did look like there was a regression on the Lions' offensive side of the ball. But that said, like the Packers' defense looked better in like already in one game. I could confidently say that this defense optically looked better than last year's defense, and that goes a long way because the Packers had a pretty decent defense last year, especially towards the end of the season when they started really getting into the new playbook that Halfley had brought in. So I'm definitely cautiously optimistic that both those statements could be true, but I think the more factual one is that I think the Lions are a little worse than the Packers got exponentially better.
Yeah, and maybe worse is strong. Let's frame it this way, because maybe this is the best way to ask it. After yesterday's game, Siding Unlimited poll question at Jim Matt Molly on Twitter. After yesterday's game, what do you believe is more true? The Packers got better or the Lions got worse? Because I don't think I want to say the Lions are bad. I don't think that's
I know.
true.
I'm not saying that either. I think they looked worse than they did last year.
But I think we can pretty definitively say after one game the Lions got worse from what they were a year ago with the injuries that they had, with some of the players that have left. Obviously, the coordinators that have left. People are going to talk plenty about that over the course of the rest of the day and hopefully into next week and the rest of this month. I think we can say I would vote Lions.
Yeah,
I think
I
the
do
Lions
too.
got
I mean,
worse.
their field tilter on defense was essentially a non-factor, except for his late hit on Jordan Love, which ended up hurting Zach Tom.
I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs set a record for receptions, an NFL record for receptions with the fewest amount of yards. 10 receptions, 31 yards receiving. No player in NFL history has ever caught that many passes and had that few yards. That's how good the Packers' defense was yesterday. They were giving them a yard or two at the line of scrimmage, and that was it. Like, that was a
It looked
dominant
like they were
effort.
Swarming these guys, too. Like,
Yes,
it
attacking
was
the
always
ball.
2 or 3 guys in on a tackle. Very infrequently did you see like a solo tackle from the Packers defense.
More texts over here on the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin Talking text line. Keep them coming. What do we know about the Green Bay Packers after one game? And give us a call, too. 844-770-3776. Big audience participation show today on Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. We're live at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton until the Barry Alvarez show gets underway at 6 o'clock with Barry Alvarez, Tarek Sala, and Derek Engler. We're with you from 6 to 7, followed by Brewers baseball. Oh, yeah, they're 7.5 up in the division, too, by the way.
I'm not surprised. I called them boring earlier this year, and they heard me.
Oh, they swept the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Cubs lost 2 out of 3 to the Nationals at Wrigley this weekend. Nobody knows that because it was football this weekend, but the Brewers, whew, they are looking good with a couple of weeks to go in the season. 844-770-3776. More of your texts coming up next. But first, we hear from Jim, who's going to tell us all about Carbon World Health.
You've heard me talk about Carbon World Health and semaglutide and hormone optimization for a while now. What are you waiting for if you haven't checked it out? Dr. Ness Rodriguez is the expert on both of those things. He's been a leader on both of those things because he is a doctor. He understands what will work best for your body. So the best way to get into the best shape of your life is to combine the right workout plan for you along with, if needed, some medical help, whether it's GLP-1s or hormone optimization. Go to carbonworldhealth.com to see how they can help you today.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
It's not like a
That'd be fun.
Like not like a compound, not even like one big, like a compound. Where everyone's got their own house, you got your own thing.
Sounded a little creepy.
Yeah,
a
it's getting a
culty
little
there.
weird. But
You have to wear the white robe that's provided for you on the bed.
Actually, what I'm saying is, who's coming with me?
If it's on Jim's dime, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, I'll wear the white robe. I got it.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Looking for the perfect pizza meal just for you? Introducing Pizza Hut's new personal pizzas, the Crafted Flats. 5 bold, hand-stretched personal pizza recipes. 3 cheese, pepperoni duo, the ultimate, and for a limited time, Nashville hot chicken and chicken bacon ranch. All just $5 each, all day. The perfect pizza deal for lunch, dinner, or on game days. Order your $5 Crafted Flats at one of their locations or online at pizzahut.com today. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hey, Matt Hamilton here to tell you about the delicious Odyssey Brands, a family-owned company crafting award-winning cheese right here in Wisconsin for over 4 generations. Made with locally sourced milk, Odyssey brings bold, Greek-style flavors straight to your table. From savory, crumbly feta to rich and creamy Greek yogurt, every bite is a taste of tradition and quality. You can find Odyssey products at most major retailers nationwide and online. Odyssey, crafted in Wisconsin, loved everywhere, dairy done right.
Step into nostalgia with the Miller High Life Dive Bars of the Month. Listen to Jim, Matt, and Molly every Thursday to find out where you can enjoy the best High Life specials in Madison. Plus, to celebrate our love for dive bars, we'll be giving away a case of Miller High Life to one lucky fan every Thursday. Live the high life with Jim, Matt, and Molly and enjoy the champagne of beer in its natural environment. Like Utica Bar, Paoli Pub and Grill, the pub at Pleasant Springs, and the Nitty Gritty in Sun Prairie.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot. A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait, and if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Hey, this is Jeff Levering with the Brewers Radio Network, and I've got a question for you. Is your home ready to shine this season? Whether it's roofing, siding, or windows, Ridgetop Exteriors is the name you can trust. For over 20 years, Ridgetop Exteriors has been Wisconsin's favorite for roofing, and they bring that same expertise to siding and windows. Imagine vibrant, low-maintenance siding and energy-efficient windows that brighten your home while cutting energy costs. Ridgetop Exteriors holds all expert-level installation credentials with the leading manufacturers, including Pella, James Hardy Fiber Cement Siding, and LP Smart Side Engineered Wood Siding. With thousands of 5-star reviews and a commitment to excellence, they're the clear choice for home improvement needs. Plus, consultations and estimates are always free, so there's no reason to wait. Call Ridgetop Exteriors today or visit ridgetopexteriors.com to schedule your free consultation. Ridgetop Exteriors, putting customers first every time.
Ridgetop Exteriors is the place for you.
Get ready to unleash the dragon at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Introducing the region's very first $1 million Dragon Link slot games. With jackpots soaring to $1 million, your chance to hit it big is here. Come experience the ultimate gaming adventure. Visit Hard Rock Casino Rockford today and play the $1 million Dragon Link slot games. Your legendary win awaits. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's hard rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what you need when you've been in a serious truck accident. Call Gruber Law Offices. We've successfully helped people injured by big trucks for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is Martin Selsaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Holly on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Ain't shady, baby, I'm hot like the prodigal son. Big up Bartolini, meeny, money, mo, and flower, you're the chosen one. Feel your left hand's free and your right hand grip. With another left hand, watch his right hand slip. Schwartz is gone.
All right, I got a bone to pick with Donnie and DeForest on the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin Talking text line. And then there's other good ones coming in. Donnie and DeForest, I love you, NFL season, because overreaction Mondays are the best. Here's the thing, Donnie. I don't think of them as overreaction Mondays. And I don't think most people think of them as overreaction Mondays. And the way they, if you just want to call it overreaction Monday, that just makes you like this hipster who never wants to have an opinion on anything that happens on an NFL Sunday.
Have an opinion!
Watch the games yesterday. Like, look at what happened. Are the Ravens good? Yes. Are the Bills better? Clearly.
Clearly.
Are the Rams maybe in some trouble because they can only put up 14 points? Yes. Are the Lions in trouble because they looked a lot worse than they have in past years? Yes. React to what you saw. It doesn't have to be an overreaction, but don't just watch the games and be like, I don't really know what we took away from week one. Could be anything. I don't know. It's only 1 week. Boring. Watch the games, have a feeling about what you're watching, and then come and talk about it with us here on Jim, Matt, and Molly. Jesse and Matt today with Molly and Jim down at Soldier Field. You think they're going to leave Soldier Field? And you think tonight when Jim and Molly are on their way back or whatever they're doing, they're just going to say, what did we learn from that game? I don't know. It was 1 week. Could be anything.
If they tie and they're like, both teams are bad.
No, they're going to have an opinion on what they saw in front. They're going to have Vikings fans are going to have an opinion one way or another on J.J. McCarthy and Justin Jefferson. Bears fans are going to have an opinion about Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams after one game. That's the fun of what we get to do here. Mm-hmm. So lighten up a little bit, Donnie and DeForest, and come and have some fun with us.
Just be a prisoner of the moment like everyone else and enjoy what you're seeing.
I'm not saying you have to say the Packers are clearly going to win the Super Bowl. Of course, no one's going to say that today. Maybe Alex Strofe will say that. No one else is going to say that today.
Idea. Irrelevant.
But everybody else is going to be like, I feel pretty good about what we saw yesterday for the Packers up there.
It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I had guarded my heart. I had told myself that the Packers are going to be better this year, but obviously there was quite the change of personnel on the Packers, especially in the last week. So I was very pleasantly surprised, especially with how fast we were able to go down, punch him in the mouth, and get away with some points.
And that was something I wanted to ask you about, Matt, too, because you mentioned the defense. We've been talking about the defense so far, but did we learn anything new about the offense yesterday, or did it feel like the same offense just executing at a better level? Because that's what it felt like to me.
That, unfortunately, their offense looked very similar in the sense that they had an opening game plan. They had their first 20 plays that they have drilled and absolutely had those down to a T. But once they were through those 20 plays, it didn't look like I don't know, maybe the Lions made an adjustment, and I know the Packers were playing a little bit of extra run the ball, run the clock, let's burn this down, like the timeout. But I did not love, and it seemed awfully similar to the second half of this game was similar to last season. It was almost like they lost steam.
Well, yeah, I do think they were being intentional in doing so. Like they had built
for
such
sure,
a big
and that's
lead
why
where...
I'm giving them a little
Yeah.
leeway on that, because they went to a little bit of the bend don't break. I remember hearing at one point, I think it was up through halftime, the Lions had double the amount of time of possession as the Packers, yet it was I think at halftime, 17-3?
Yep.
I think that was
and they
right,
got
yeah.
the ball back. So, I don't think that's the ideal game script for how you would want every Packer game to go, because you can't count on the few drives that they did have the ball in the first half. They were able to put points on the board. Second half, a little more sputtering than the first. So that seemed reminiscent of these last 2 years of Packers offense. You would have these really great drives, and then there would be, you're like, where did this play calling go from the opening drive or the first quarter? Why are we not able to move the ball down the field? Why can't we pick up a third down conversion right now?
So, okay, we'll get to some more of your texts coming up here, because I think this is an interesting conversation. I view that as a strength of the Packers, because they came out of the gates and they were throwing the football effectively. And Jordan Love spread it around at one point. I think the first 2 drives, he had gone to 8 different receivers, including tight ends and Jacobs out of the bag or whoever. It was awesome how he spread the ball around. And every play it was, here's Savion Williams. Here's Jaden Reed, here's Tucker Kraft, here's
Matthew Golden,
Dobbs downfield. Everybody was involved in that, and it was awesome. And that was so great about the entire first half is I think the leading receiver had 3 catches yesterday. That's amazing that that's the case, because look how effective they were throwing the football, and then they were able to flip a switch and they said, okay, now we can follow the blueprint here. Run the ball effectively. Even if we can't convert a third down and short in the third and fourth quarter, we're still going to run enough clock where it's not going to matter. Our defense is that good, and it's that difficult for the other team to move the football on us that if we can run 3-4 minutes of clock every time we get the ball, they're not going to have enough possessions to come back and win the game.
And don't get me wrong, I'm sure there
was
a lot of
awesome.
that.
That's so cool.
Also, though, if you keep the ball, if you convert that third down, you're also going to continue to burn time off the clock. So that was, and that's where I was saying earlier in the show, I got a little nitpicky about the Packers in the second half because the first half did look so good. My complaint was, I thought the running game, it was fine. Obviously, Jacobs got going there a little bit, but I would like to see a little bit bigger holes for Josh Jacobs to run through, and I would like to see a couple more third down conversions. What did you say? They were 4 for 11?
They were 4. I'll double check the exact number here. 4 for 15 or 5 for 4, or 4 for 10. 4 for 10.
4 for 10.
Yeah, 4 for 10 on third down.
That's not elite.
It's not elite. It's not great. The
first 4 were. Or the 4 were the first 4.
And they were third and long situations. Like the touchdown at Tucker Kraft was a third and long.
Yeah.
They converted another one earlier in the game on a
that
third
one
and long. So.
Was they showed a alternate angle, like the one that's on the tether from behind the quarterback. I don't know if anyone else saw this. Maybe it was just me. I was extra blown away. Just you couldn't even see Tucker Kraft on that camera angle behind the linebacker.
Yeah.
Yet, obviously, Jordan Love knows his guy's going to be there, has trust he's going to get to his spot, and was able to throw that ball. When he released that ball, Tucker Kraft was completely eclipsed by whoever the middle linebacker was.
Jack Campbell.
And there you go. Thank you, Ryan. And he was able to make that play based on knowledge of the play and repetitions of running that play. That wasn't I see him, he's open. That was I trust he's going to be here. There's not a guy in the spot I'm trying to throw it, so I'm just going to throw it there and trust he's going to get there. And that I was very impressed with that toss and catch by Love and
So
Tucker Kraft.
I saw
go ahead,
that.
Ryan.
I saw that exact same angle that you're talking about, Matt. And you want to know what that was? That was a seed, is what that was. That was a perfect pass by Jordan Love. That and the Jaden Reed one. He had 2 miraculous passes in that first. Not miraculous. Okay, maybe I'm getting overreaction Monday.
Fantastic.
But fantastic.
They were $55
yes.
million throws, I could tell
They
you.
looked,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes, it looked like it was money well spent on at least 2 of those.
And here's something I want to add to that conversation, too, before we get back to the text next. Aaron Rodgers never wanted to throw over the middle of the field unless it was a guy like wide open way downfield. But he didn't like putting receivers, especially on like quick slants, in a position to be potentially hurt in that vulnerable spot in the middle of the field.
Right.
Not advocating that Jordan Love feels differently about that.
Right.
But he seems to master the middle of the field, dare I say, better than Rodgers did. Like the way that he threw that ball to Tucker Kraft perfectly, the way that he threw it to Jaden Reed down the middle of the field. Dobbs he had over the middle of the field is very much in play now versus during the Rodgers tenure. Occasionally he would do that. But remember, Devontae took a really bad hit on a Thursday night game with a pass like that over the middle of the field. Like Rodgers didn't like those plays. He thought it put his receivers in a bad spot. And I don't know if Jordan feels the same way or differently, but what I do know is he throws those balls really well. He's not as good as at the deep ball. We see a lot of underthrows when he goes deep for especially like when Christian Watson's healthy and out there.
Yeah.
A lot of those are underthrown guys coming back to get it. But the way he can thread the needle right over the middle with a dart, with a laser.
Pretty impressive.
It's a $55 million man a year right there. 844-770-3776. That's the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. What do we know about the Green Bay Packers after one game this year? Not an overreaction Monday, a realistic takeaway Monday. Donnie and DeForest. 844-770-3776. Back to your calls and texts next. But first, Matt's going to tell us about Odyssey.
Oh, I can't say enough good things about Odyssey. Jesse, all of that Odyssey feta is made right here in Wisconsin with locally sourced Wisconsin milk. 10 gallons of milk makes 1 pound of that deliciously salty and creamy feta cheese that just screams Greek flavor like no other than Odyssey brands. They've got the blue, green, and white label, so when you're in the store and you're looking to get your Greek on, look for Odyssey feta. They got some fantastic flavors like peppercorn. There's the sweet heat, which I use on everything. They've got traditional feta, low-fat feta, and honestly, I'm coming around to it. The smoked feta is outrageous. So if you want to add that Greek flair to your meals and you want dairy done right, look no further than our friends at Odyssey Feta.
Did you offer for your guy Devin hosting his impromptu party to bring some Odyssey cheese over yesterday? Or
I offered to bring Coors Lights, and he said, "No, sir, I have a fridge stocked with Coors Lights from the last time you came over."
You showed up empty-handed to Devin's house when you're using his golf simulator and his TV and drinking his beer?
I rarely do, but this was one of the times that, yes, I did. I showed up with absolutely nothing other than my golf clubs and a sparkle in my eye on Packers Sunday for the first time.
I would be so mad at you if I was Devin.
I normally bring something over, but I was like, "Can I bring some food?" He's like, "No, we just made chili." I'm like, "Okay, can I bring some beer?" He's like, "I still got beer from the last time you came over." So I guess I brought enough for 2 sessions, 2 hangouts the first time.
Bring some cheese. Who's going to say no to some of the smoked feta that you're just talking about? Like, bring some cheese.
You're right. I should have brought some feta. I've got plenty. So, Devin, if you're listening, which I'm sure you're not, he podcasts us and saves it for the plane because he travels a lot. So I'm sure he'll hear this in like 3 days. I'll get a text from him and be like, "You should have brought me some feta cheese from Odyssey." Because I'm trying to get my Greek on.
Back to your calls, your texts, and your YouTube comments. What do we know about the Green Bay Packers after one game? We'll review those next on Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
So now they're basically saying you can have an elite defender, like edge rusher and quarterback tackler, but without the elite quarterback, it's not enough to.
Quarterback tackler? What is wrong with you?
That's what Micah Parsons is. He's not a run stop guy.
Jordan Love is a ball thrower. What are we saying?
He is. That is facts.
It's word salad.
Oh my gosh, I'm embarrassed.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starion Bank with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starion Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience at starionbank.com. Member FDIC. Huge momentum swing. A lopsided second half pushed Wisconsin to its 42-10 runaway over Middle Tennessee. After the defense secured a 4th down stop, the offense delivered 2 plays later.
Kekahuna! Look at the speed! Catch! Kekahuna! Touchdown! 61 big yards for the sophomore!
FS1's Eric Collins on that call. The 61-yard dash, a career high for Kekahuna.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin honors trust and commitment on your behalf before, during, and after the sale.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. PellaWI.com.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
I really struggled with choosing a career path. I had so many interests and couldn't decide what to do. But I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. At Madison College, I'm figuring it all out and making friends and connections along the way. Coming here is the best decision I ever made. My advice to others? Just take the first step. There's more to your
college.edu to get started.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back September 9th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Texas Rangers.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh my goodness, third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Construction Business Group. Tune in September 9th at 7:05 on WISC TV in Madison, or check your local listings to watch the game. Get out this summer and experience Road America, America's National Park of Speed. Located conveniently between Green Bay and Milwaukee and Elkhart Lake, Road America is home to the legendary 4-mile 14-turn circuit that's hosted the world's best since 1955. Camp on site all weekend, enjoy state fair-style food, and bring the family. Kids 16 and under get in free with a paying adult. Don't miss Arian's Art on Wheels, September 12th through the 14th. Come for the experience, stay for the race. Get your tickets now at roadamerica.com.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
Back to Jacobs. Back to extending the record. Now 9 consecutive games with a touchdown. Josh Jacobs.
Audio courtesy of CBS on that call. Jim Nantz and Tony Romo had a fine hit yesterday. Someone in our office said the football guy and his little friend were the announcers yesterday.
Which one's which?
Well,
I mean,
I believe Tony Romo would be in this instance for this person who did not know, who they were.
Wait,
Tony
the football
Romo
guy?
would be the football guy.
Gotcha.
Wait.
And his
Who was this person who said this, Jesse? I need to know.
I don't want to put this person's business on the
because
street, Wooly.
I think they weren't referring to Tony Romo and Jim Nantz. They were referring to J.J. Watt and Ian Eagle, I assume, right? The photo that we saw of them online where J.J. Watt is standing in the broadcast booth and is 6.5 feet tall, and Ian Eagle sitting down looking like his son, waiting for like food at a dinner table.
It's possible that the football guy and his little friend was actually J.J. Watt and Ian Eagle.
I think that's what it was.
But the way, because this person who shall remain anonymous in our office said the football guy called him Jared Love. And his little friend had to correct him.
That was on the air.
And it did happen. That is accurate. And that was very clearly Nantz and Romo. It wasn't.
It was Romo that said it.
By the way, Ian Eagle and J.J. Watt were great yesterday. I don't know if you caught any of that. You were golfing at Devon's Simulator, so you may not have caught that. But Jets-Steelers was a fun game, and they had a great call.
We did watch a little bit of that one, actually.
Fun game.
Yeah, it was.
Jesse Nelson.
I was asked, is Aaron Rodgers going to have another Aaron Rodgers moment? I'm like, he's not washed up yet. He's definitely going to lead him down the field to a field goal.
4 touchdown passes yesterday for ACR. Setting up for a showdown October 26th in Pittsburgh. I can tell you that much. Jesse Nelson and Matt Hamilton on Jim, Matt, and Molly today, presented by Coors Light. Jim and Molly are in Chicago as they are attending Bears-Vikings tonight at Soldier Field. That's fun for them. We're having a lot of fun with you with our big takeaways from the Packers' Week 1 victory over the Detroit Lions, 27-13. After one game, what do we know about the 2025 Green Bay Packers? A quick synopsis so far. Matt, you said we know the defensive front can get to the quarterback.
Yes.
Still stand by it. You don't want to change
Still
your
stand
mind
by it.
yet.
Nope.
Okay, good. Nothing we've said would do so. I just wanted to check. I said we know Micah Parsons is a game changer for the Packers defense. Yes, I think we all can agree on that. Ryan said the Packers now have field tilters, which Micah Parsons certainly is, and that kind of fits with the theme of what we were talking about before, but also on the offensive side of the ball. Tyler in Sun Prairie, we know we have just as many division wins in 1 week as we did all of last season. That is accurate.
Take that for data.
Kind of a wild stat, and it's an accurate stat, and we should feel good about that as Packers fans. Not about last year, but about this year.
Yeah, it kind of makes me hate it, to be honest.
Here's another one, and this is from Matt in Madison on the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin Talking Text line. Oh.
I had texted in. I didn't feel like you were getting me my next take, so I just texted.
Well,
anyway, read it.
That's great, but just in case it's someone else, I'm going to read it anyway, because you're not the only Matt in Madison. I don't know if you know that. As a Vikings fan, transplanted to Packerland, I don't think this is you.
That's how I go incognito.
I know I'm a lot more concerned about the Packers D than I was a week ago.
Totally fair. You could write that in.
So I'm going to add to the list, division opponents are much more concerned about the Packers defense than they were a week ago on behalf of Matt and Madison. I'll add that to our list because the Lions, I don't know if they knew what they were in store for yesterday or 10 days prior when the Packers acquired Micah Parsons. The Bears, I'm sure, were watching that yesterday. The Vikings were watching that yesterday. They're thinking, we got to face that twice a year now? Like, that is not the same defense. They were already good last year. Now we got to face them with that guy? Mm-hmm. That's going to be dangerous for us. So I feel pretty good about that, yeah.
So on the YouTube stream, Dakota Gratz had an interesting take, and I want to see where your head goes on this one, too. Gets a little farther into the future than I think we were planning on going today, but I think it's a fair question. Dakota Gratz would say the Packers got better. The defense flooding to the ball and dictating things at the line of scrimmage was a big change. I do have concern about Thursday night. I worry about the mobile Daniels scrambling up the middle a lot as we send everyone into coverage and the D-line penetrates the edges. Justin Fields hurt us with that in preseason.
So, okay, and that does answer our Siding Unlimited poll question, which we'll check the returns on here in a moment. What can we say more confidently after yesterday's game? The Packers got better or the Lions got worse? So Dakota answers that by saying the Packers got better. But then he proceeds to give a list of reasons why he's concerned about Thursday night's game against Jaden Daniels and the Commanders. Fair. We did not see a mobile quarterback on the other side of the ball yesterday. And we didn't see a mobile quarterback on our side of the ball. You see Jordan Love slip on his – it was embarrassing.
Probably saved him taking a real shot.
Yeah. Yesterday's game did not feature a bunch of mobile quarterbacks. So that's true. We don't know how they'll fare when Jalen Hurts or Caleb Williams or certainly Jaden Daniels on Thursday night come to town. So that will be a different animal for the Packers to try and attack. But what we do know is they were able to get pressure to Goff. They were able to disrupt his rhythm. And an offense that was built on a lot of quickness and a lot of movement, they were able to disrupt that to the point where Jahmyr Gibbs, who's one of the more versatile players in the National Football League, had 10 catches for 31 yards yesterday.
I think he had like 9 rushes for like 19 yards as well.
The Lions didn't score a touchdown until it was very clearly garbage time, and the Packers were playing prevent defense just to get to the end of this thing. Like, that was a amazing day yesterday for the Packers defense.
I will say, too, there's a couple times where they have like running plays that were to the outside, and Micah Parsons, he's known as a QB tackler, right?
Quarterback.
Not necessarily as touted for his run
Quarterback
defense.
tackler.
He is a quarterback tackler without a doubt. There was a couple times where the rush went his way, and he was able to like set the edge, and then some of the interior linemen were able to run down and catch Jahmyr Gibbs or David Montgomery. So I was actually super impressed with like the containment that he was able to show. Like, not quite, he was even being fresh into this new defense. He was able to play a role as well as pin his ears back and go be a quarterback tackler. So, like, I will say I'm not as concerned.
You're really pounding quarterback tackle.
I'm going to making fetch happen.
You know what? It's catching on. I got to admit. I'm thinking more about it than I ever have before.
Perfect. That's perfect. But I will say, in that same regard, I'm pretty confident the Packers defense with Hafley planning for a mobile quarterback and then Parsons' ability to either seal an edge or to get pressure on a quarterback, I'm not as concerned about Jaden Daniels as I was 2 weeks ago when I was doing like my preseason predictions for I did think the Packers were going to get away 2-0. Maybe that was a little hopeful. But
now it's more realistic.
I stand by it still in this last week and gave me more confidence to say I think the Packers have more than a puncher's chance at taking on the Commanders.
And for those interested in such things, the Packers have opened as a 3.5-point favorite on ESPN Bet.
How about that?
For Thursday night's game against the Washington Commanders. Yeah, that's juicy.
That's good-looking line.
That's the sound I'm going to make when they start bringing some food out for us here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. I'm just hankering down here all night. I'm here till 7 o'clock hosting the Barry Alvarez Show from 6 to 7 with the
man of the people,
legendary former Wisconsin coach and director of athletics. Tarek Solid, Derek Engler will be here having some fun, too, from 6 to 7. That's where we'll talk about the Badger game and our takeaways from the 42-10 victory over Middle Tennessee over the weekend. Until then, we're talking more Packers. What do we know about the Green Bay Packers after one game of the 2025 NFL season? More of your responses. There's still some good ones to get to. From Eric, from Rip and Rona, still plenty more. Andy's got a good one here. We'll get to all those coming up next in 2 minutes on Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ron Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center update brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's premier roofing, siding, and window contractor since 2002. Visit them at ridgetopexteriors.com. The Green Bay Packers got the big win in their season opener as they dominated their division rival Lions 27-13 at Lambeau Field. The Packers now already have as many wins in the division as they did all of last season. But the Packers can't rest on their laurels for long. They got a short turnaround before welcoming the also 1-0 Washington Commanders to Green Bay on Thursday Night Football. The first estimated injury report for that game was released this afternoon, and while the Packers did not practice, both starting offensive linemen Zach Tom and Aaron Banks would have been listed as non-participants after they both left yesterday's game with injuries. Head over to ESPN.com to read more from Packers reporter Rob Demovsky. Also, winning continued around the state this weekend as the Wisconsin Badgers took down the vaunted Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders 42-10 at Camp Randall. The Barry Alvarez Show live from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse is coming up next, and the guys will have a lot more on the Badgers win and looking ahead to this Saturday's bigger matchup against Bama down in Tuscaloosa. Then the Brewers got a clean sweep of the Pirates in Pittsburgh over the weekend. They're back at it for a 3-game series against the Rangers. First pitch tonight is at 7:05 p.m.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special. Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me. I don't think so. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
2nd and 10.
Lions attack with the precision of a pro football team, with each Lion playing the same position time and time again in hunts.
Quarterback tackler.
Before he knows it, he is surrounded.
His Goff's being chased by Parsons. Look out!
But bringing him down requires the extra 100-pound bulk of one of the big males.
He's got him! His first sack as a Green Bay Packer.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton, here's Jesse Nelson.
Can I clarify something on the Lion and the Gazelle? And there's maybe a few people that are also listening now that were listening to Wilde and Tausch this morning from 9 to noon. By the way, I'm Jesse. I produce Wilde and Tausch. I'm filling in with Jim and Molly at the Bears-Vikings game tonight alongside the Olympic gold medalist Matt Hamilton. When the mountains are blue, Matt, you know what to do.
And that's crush. A Coors Light, baby.
Like a hippo drinking from the ravine in the jungle.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I gotta stop with. Maybe I'm just bad at animal analogies.
Did you just call Matt a hippo?
I did. Yes. Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Really.
Here's the thing. I don't want to lead host for the next 40 minutes, 50 minutes. So I'm gonna let it slide.
Guys, I can guarantee you I've been called worse on this show.
Not for me. I'm gonna be honest, Jesse. I feel like there's enough hate that gets thrown your way that I'm just not going to contribute to it.
Okay, so
we're going to let these guys do it.
So this morning on Wilde and Tausch, Tausch was referring to Micah Parsons being a lion hunting down the antelope, and the antelope being Jared Goff.
Okay.
I understand the reference. I have seen that happen in the documentaries and whatever else before. I get it. Lions hunt antelope. It doesn't work the other way. Antelope don't hunt lions. They run from them. They fear them. They do a little leapy thing through the jungle. There was a video that I specifically was shown by my wife this morning, and I laughed at it, and it was a nature thing where they're saying the unsuspecting lion doesn't see the predator coming toward him. The unsuspecting lion, obviously, in this narration, was Jared Goff. I don't know what animal hunts a lion in the jungle. It's the king of the jungle. I don't think anything hunts the lion.
The Nile crocodile.
But clearly, I don't know if a snake or a poisonous spider or some other big cat that's not a lion, if they can go after I don't know.
A crocodile is the answer. It's the only answer.
But do crocodiles coexist with lions in that same realm?
Yeah, they got to drink water. crocodiles are opportunists.
So maybe the crocodile is the one that gets the lion.
There you go. Yes.
So point being, I know there's this whole history that Micah Parsons is the lion and his celebration thing is because he played at Penn State, the Nittany Lions. Like, that's part of his thing. He's the lion. I get it. I felt like I was in a bad spot this morning, and I wasn't properly heard out in my sentiments on how I felt about the nature documentary video thing.
Well, the lion was hunting the Motor City Kitty.
I feel like neither of you cared to hear me out on that.
Now, honestly, Jesse, I think Tausch made an analogy. You tried to dissect it a little too much, and the fans turned on you. That's fine.
And
I've done that.
honestly, Jesse, there was an easy way out of it, too. Your clear answer of who hunts the lions, it's Micah Parsons. He hunts lions for a living. That's what he does now.
Did. He did it yesterday. We know that much. That much we know about the 2025 Green Bay Packers.
You know what?
He's gonna say Micah Parsons was hunting like the Vikings, and he's like, well, there's not really Vikings anymore.
No, I'm not making that
There's
mistake.
not Vikings around anymore.
All right, Matt. You know what hunts a lion then?
Quarterback tackler.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's what it does. Lions
Apex predator.
Yes.
Apex predator. That's the real king of the jungle. Quarterback tacklers.
So,
Quarterback tackler.
We're at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. I might need a Coors Light after my analogy diagnosis throughout the course of today.
I'm going to actually say that's a requirement.
The lion and the gazelle. We're also here for the Barry Alvarez Show from 6 to 7 tonight. We're going to break down the Wisconsin Badgers' victory over Middle Tennessee and, of course, looking ahead to the big game this Saturday in Tuscaloosa against the Alabama Crimson Tide.
That coach's hot take. I'm very excited to see where the line drops.
I have gotten so many texts. I encourage you all to stick around because if you missed it, last week Barry Alvarez said on our show here, the Barry Alvarez Show, coming up at 6 o'clock from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton, Barry said last week he expects Wisconsin to be a favorite at Alabama based on Wisconsin's win over Miami, Ohio, and Alabama's loss at Florida State.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I am aware of what the line is, and I will ask him about it. That is my promise to you and all of you who have reached out as fans of the Barry Alvarez Show tonight. That is my promise. We will do it tonight.
Okay, I'll save it because I just saw the line, and he's a little off.
Wisconsin's not favored.
They're not favored. We'll save how much they're underdogs for later.
Yeah, it's
maybe in our crosstalk.
We could bring that up. Yeah, Tarek and Derek, I believe, are going to hop on with us here at the end of the show tonight as well. So we got a lot to get to here in this hour at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. 844-770-3776. Oh, here's this guy who wants to fire Jim. Says hippos, rhinos, and Cape buffalo stomp a lion sometimes.
Yep. So, I've even seen on the Nat Geo, giraffes that kick those big legs can take a lion
No
out.
one's taking a giraffe over a lion in a
No,
fight in the
I mean,
jungle.
look at those. Look at those limbs, man.
That'd be like the Bears beating the Packers.
I'm telling
the amount
you.
of times the giraffe is going to get the lion.
Planet Earth caught it. It's
Okay,
real. It
yeah,
happens.
okay,
Lions get stomped by bigger animals.
I was at Lambeau last year, and I saw the Bears beat the Packers in Week 18. It happens now and then. It doesn't happen, regularly. It's not a 50-50, wow, the giraffe and the lion, it's a pretty even fight in the jungle.
I think it is a lot closer than you think.
It is not!
I don't think you realize how big a giraffe is, Jesse.
Ryan.
Your analogy is getting super dissected now.
There's a part of me, and this is not my show. I am the substitute here on this show. I'm the cousin sub of the day. There is a large part of me that wants to put up a second Siding Unlimited poll question asking if you would ever take a giraffe over a lion in a fight in the jungle. I don't know if that's an appropriate thing for me to suggest on this show. Can I defer to Ryan? Is this a good idea for us to propose this question?
Can you ask the question again? I'm sorry.
Ryan, the answer is no, Jesse.
Matt says he saw a giraffe take down a lion by stomping on it once, and therefore the giraffe is a formidable foe to a lion.
Yeah, on Planet Earth.
Please finish that. Okay.
On Planet Earth.
On Planet Earth. The television show or just the Earth? Like you were there in person watching?
The television show. I have not personally been to
a
giraffe not on another planet.
A giraffe is no match for a lion on any type of regular basis.
I think you're very drastically underestimating a giraffe. You know they have horns too, right? You swing those giant necks around.
Yes, I'm aware of what a giraffe is. I have seen a giraffe at multiple zoos. I've never been on a safari, but if I were...
I should call Devin. Devin's been on a safari.
I'm sure he's probably going tomorrow.
I'm going to ask him if he saw a giraffe and a lion.
Okay, there's a couple. I really wanted to get to a couple more texts here because there were some.
Okay,
good
get
ones.
to the text. You're the one that dove into the guy who said Rutledge is an idiot guy or Rutledge should be fired guy.
I mean, we were getting caught up.
You did this.
This is like what happened this morning. Why does this happen on every show that we get caught up in stupid things that I say about lions and gazelles and whatever else?
Because we want you to know that you're wrong and there's more to the equation than you're presenting.
Eric in Green Bay. This was actually one of the first texts we got, and I'm just getting to it now. I'm sorry. It got all the way down to page 2 because our show is so popular. Sorry, Eric. 844-770-3776. We know that the Packers have the potential to be an elite team capable of beating anyone. We need to see it on a more consistent basis to know who they are. A win on Thursday night would help that narrative grow much faster. Eric in Green Bay. I know you're looking at a text about a gazelle and a lion right now, and this is a really good text from
Giraffe.
Eric. I need you dialed in here.
We're dialing.
Just for a minute or
We're
two.
redialed.
We can talk about the giraffe in a minute. Can we talk about Eric's text? We know the Packers have the potential to be an elite team capable of beating anyone. Any objections from you in your green and gold here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse?
He said elite team. I don't know if I'm ready to say the Packers. I could say potential, and that's what he's saying.
Yes, they have the potential to be
I think
an elite team
the
capable
Packers
of beating anyone.
Have a ceiling on their offense. I think the defense has potential to be elite. I'm not 100% sold yet that the offense can be elite. I think they can be very, very good, and I think that can be good enough to win a Super Bowl. I'm not. He said team, and I guess I'm nitpicking a little bit.
Why? Tell me more about why you feel that way.
Well, all of last season, anytime Jordan Love went over 30 passes, he threw a pick. It was a sure thing. That is not an elite quarterback. Now, there's going to be situations where your defense is not going to be able to stop a team, and you need to be able to go down the field and score at will. There's a couple years with the first 2 years with Matt LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Every time the Packers got the ball, you were confident that they could go down the field and score at will. I don't have that same level of confidence in this Packers offense. That to me means that level of confidence. I don't think they can be elite all the time. Think they can have moments of being elite. I think the Packers defense, especially with Micah Parsons working his way into a full-time role on this defensive line, can be an elite defense, play in and play out.
So you disagree then with Eric in Green Bay, who says we know they have the potential to be an elite team. You say they for sure may already be an elite
They have
defense,
the potential to be an elite defense.
but there's still a full season of Jordan Love proving it away from being an elite team.
I think you could prove it in.
I mean, they're elite on defense.
Maybe half a season.
You see that punt Whelan had yesterday? 65
Bomb.
yards up in the air forever. That was a hell of a punt.
Pretty good punt. And
McManus was
outside of the
perfect.
penalties, we had a good special teams.
McManus had a great day. Yeah, they're
So-
great on special teams. So it comes down to the offense.
The thing is, we've just seen Jordan Love have like spurts of greatness. Sometimes we've seen it over a couple weeks or like a week. We have yet to see this high floor Jordan Love that's able to go out and execute this offense at a super high level all the time. And that's kind of what I'm waiting for before I'm ready to say elite on the offensive side of the ball, personally.
I looked at the text about the giraffe.
I know. I'm just sitting here spitting the facts, Jesse, and you look at me like I'm crazy.
Hunter Vaughn is the producer of Mr. Irrelevant and Wisconsin Badgers volleyball here on ESPN Wisconsin, and he texted us on the private talk and text line, not the carbless ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line at 844-770-3776. Google, can a giraffe kill a lion? Yes, giraffes can kill lions with their incredibly powerful, bone-crushing kicks from their long legs. While a lion may be a formidable apex predator, a well-placed kick from a giraffe is strong enough to kill a lion, break its neck, or inflict other fatal injuries, making it a dangerous opponent.
Boom.
You got to be kidding me.
I wasn't lying when I said that giraffes are also dangerous.
I almost want to demand now, put it on the Siding Unlimited poll question, is anyone ever going to take a giraffe over a lion in a fight in the jungle?
Man, that would be. First of all, Jesse, you keep saying jungle.
Well, that's where they live.
No. They live in the plains.
The desert?
They're in like grasslands.
They're in the safari. It's the safari of Africa.
It's not like a jungle.
Okay, well, why do they call lions king of the jungle then?
It's just a turn of phrase because they're the kings of the animal kingdom.
It's because the Jungle Book was really popular and it was really inaccurate back in the day, and it just kind of carried over. That's why they're the king of the jungle.
There was a lion in The Wizard of Oz back in the day. Why don't we say he lives on the yellow brick road?
Because that guy had a human face and he was doing other stuff outside while the screen was turned off. Yeah, Mufasa.
How much jungle did you see in that?
Oh,
that was all the plains.
Everything you can see is your
kingdom. If it was in a jungle, it'd be 3 feet.
Oh, hold on. When Mufasa does leave and grows up, Hakuna Matata, that whole thing, like he is in the jungle for that whole sequence.
That was Simba walking over that log with the silhouettes. Hakuna Matata.
That was Simba. You're right. That's good.
That's okay, Ryan.
What a wonderful
I get where your head was at, but it's not really a jungle.
Matt, I saw you at our ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day tailgate on Saturday with your big Wisconsin hat and your Matt Hamilton jersey, and in your koozie was an ice-cold Leinenkugels, and I saw, wow, that guy is living what he preaches.
You better believe it, because Leinenkugels has a flavor for every moment, and Game Day Saturday at the tailgate that we put on at ESPN, I was feeling the Oktoberfest from Leinenkugels, a fantastic Marzen-style beer. And that's what's great about Leinenkugels. It takes the German-inspired brewing techniques. They brought them over to Wisconsin and then put a nice little Wisconsin twist on it. They've got the delicious Weiss beers that has berry Weiss, honey Weiss. They've got a fantastic line of the shandies, whether it's grapefruit shandy, summer shandy, which is lemon. There's an orange shandy, also fantastic. Or you want to stick to the original, Leinenkugels has that flavor for you. Get Leinenkugels wherever you get delicious beer for your next tailgate. And remember, you must be 21 years or older to enjoy Leinenkugels.
I want to play For Real or Phony coming up next. And here's why.
Got some good audio.
I think Ryan Wollersheim has a new celebrity crush.
Quarterback tackler. Stop, Ryan.
Damn right I do.
It's not you. We'll talk about it.
Devin's not a celebrity.
Not yet.
Well, he is today. We'll talk about who it is and why coming up next on Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
2nd and 10.
Lions attack with the precision of a pro football team, with each Lion playing the same position time and time again in hunts.
Quarterback tackler.
His Goff's being chased by Parsons. Look out!
Before he knows it, he is surrounded.
He's got him! His first sack as a Green Bay Packer.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
At Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction, you won't have to worry about your old lawnmower pulling a hamstring. They make buying and selling easy. Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction is simple, reliable, and unlike your fantasy team this football season, they'll actually deliver. Have equipment taking up space? Let them be your surplus solution. You send it in, they list it, people bid, and you actually win. Bid, buy, sell, and score big today at WisconsinSurplus.com. Because winning isn't just for game day. WisconsinSurplus.com.
Metro Kia of Madison is Madison's trusted Kia dealership, and they are home to the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service your vehicle, Metro Kia of Madison is the place to go. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned Kia, you can browse their extensive inventory and find this month's specials at MetroKiaofMadison.com. That's MetroKiaofMadison.com. Find your new vehicle at your trusted Kia dealership on the east side of Madison today.
Hi, it's Eric from Canopy Wealth Management. Our years of experience have prepared us to guide you through your life transitions. Our local professional team brings over 90 years of collective experience in the wealth management industry for the benefit of our clients. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started on your financial future today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
At Siding Unlimited, we're really excited for the fall season. Not only are we proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, we are also fired up for an exciting fall season cheering on football and volleyball. If that's not enough, we're really excited to share with you that Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's best window and door installation team. Siding Unlimited is a Pella Platinum Premier National Contractor of the Year award winner 5 times. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
I was really anxious about college and felt overwhelmed at choosing one, but I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. One tour of Madison College campus was all it took. The campus environment is amazing, so welcoming and friendly, and everyone is really supportive. My advice? See this campus for yourself. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
That leaf pile is 100 feet tall. Your dad can't handle this. Not without the right equipment.
Yard work piling up? Gear up for fall with John Deere. Get $750 off select mowers, $2,000 off select Gator UVs, and $3,000 off select compact tractors.
Did I hear your dad got a John Deere? Yep, bad day to be a leaf pile.
Gear up for fall at an authorized John Deere dealer, now through September 30th. Learn more at johndeere.com/gearupforfall.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
You know, good song choice, Ryan.
Yes, great song.
The lion sings in the jungle. You might be right.
So, I don't know where to go first here. We were in Florida a few years back, and we were playing we were sitting out by the pool, playing games, enjoying some Coors Lights. One of the rules we made up was if you rolled a certain amount with the dice, you had to sing in a barbershop quartet with 3 of the other people playing. And I rolled that, and I picked 3 of the people, so we went on the other side of the pool and did a performance, and this was the only song I could think of that we could do. And when we got done, we came back and they said, that was actually good.
Wow.
And I was like,
what, did you have that falsetto part?
Of course, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, you know me. Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
That high pitch in the background?
Yeah. That's how Diana McGuanago thinks I sound every day. Kyle Rustin Nortman. I'm Jesse, by the way. Jesse Nelson, along with the Olympic gold medalist Matt Hamilton, filling in here on Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Jim and Molly attending the Vikings-Bears game tonight at Soldier Field. Great for them. We'll hear all about it tomorrow when they're back.
Yeah. We're here live at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. Just enjoyed a delicious ossobuco ravioli appetizer.
It's so good.
It is truly incredible. Ravioli stuffed with the ossobuco. It's got a delicious beefy lamb au jus to go on it with some wilted spinach,
incredible
and
sauce,
garlic.
yeah.
It is really next level.
Yeah, this is so good.
So come check us out. Jesse's got a show for another hour after this. If you want to catch some Badgers info from Coach and Jesse and the rest of the gang and eat some delicious food, look no further than Ruth's Chris Steakhouse.
When did you turn into such a radio professional? That was fantastic.
Thanks.
Well done, man.
Thanks, bud. And if you want to call in.
we're getting just as many texts about the lion and the giraffe as we are about the Packers game. So
it sounds on par for our
probably
fans on this show.
Yeah, Tim in Oregon. The lion in the Wizard of Oz wasn't in a jungle. Very good point. Never thought of it, but yeah. So Tim in Oregon. Yeah, he wasn't.
He was in more of a forest.
He was in the forest, right. Dan in Stoughton, lions kill their prey by grabbing it by the neck. I'd like to see a lion jump 18 feet in the air. I'll take the giraffe all day.
Thank you. I would too.
Or
Jesse's talking about this one-on-one battle. I'm like, I'm taking the giraffe.
The lion doesn't have to jump up and get the giraffe by the neck. You can just take it down by the feet. You ever watch Star Wars, Dan? You see how they take
you
down
think
the
it's got a
Walker
like it's an
dudes?
AT-AT?
Yeah, you just take it down by the feet. It can't get down.
What's
there
it
to
using
itself.
to wrap around its legs?
It doesn't. It doesn't need to wrap. It's not literally the thing from Star Wars. It needs to eat it at the end.
Oh, there's no way it is going to deal with those legs swinging around.
Keep them coming. 844.
You are so wrong on this. I can't. I love it. I'm chuffed.
No one is taking a giraffe over a lion.
In a one-on-one fight, I'm taking the giraffe 100 times out of 100.
You're nuts. I do want to play. What's this game I wanted to play here?
Don't quote me.
For real or phony?
Yeah, no, for real or phony. That's the one I want to play. For real or phony. Let's play that, Ryan.
Hold on.
we gave you like 5 minutes to get ready.
Busy talking about lions and giraffes
and Star Wars and all your favorite
who's
things.
Talking now.
You talking to me? Well, who the hell else are you talking? Talking to me?
Now, are they speaking the truth
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
or feeding us crap?
You're a phony. Hey, everybody, this guy's a great big phony.
Time to decide if it's for real or phony.
Guys, you know what my favorite thing in football is?
What?
Quarterback tackler.
And I've been waiting so long for the Packers to finally have one again. A real quarterback tackler.
Quarterback tackler.
You know, I mean, Zadarius Smith was nice, but this guy, Micah Parsons, is insane. What he did yesterday was awesome. And honestly, guys, the only thing that I liked more was what he had to say post-game. Because every time he speaks, I get excited that he plays for my team. And he's excited that he now plays for the Green Bay Packers, guys. So I want you to listen to this clip from his post-game after the Packers' 27-13 victory over the Lions. And you decide, do you feel like this was for real or phony by Micah Parsons? I'm in the for real category always with this guy, but I want to know what you guys think.
Yeah, I'm just happy, bro. I think it's back to what football is need to be. The trade is done. We got to win. We're 1-0. Now I'm around some really great guys, really great organization, really great fan base, and a really great football team. So now we can put all the nonsense beside. I'm healthy. I'm able to get off the field and get ready for another game Thursday night and just keep trying to win games and just be what ball's about.
So, guys, is Micah just saying this because he wants to play the positive PR game now that he's in Green Bay, or do you think he truly feels like Green Bay is the right fit for him? Dallas wasn't.
Both.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't want to say it was phony, but they tried to make a last-ditch effort to stay in Dallas. I think he's happy that he got his contract and he's playing football, but might have laid it on a little thick there. I'll say for real, but it was a little phony for real.
He was also part of a Cowboys defense that got torched by the Lions the last couple of times that they played. So this year, he comes to Green Bay a week before the game, goes up against the Lions, and holds them to virtually nothing until garbage time late in the game when he's not even out there. Yeah, he's going to be feeling it afterwards. And also, he is playing the positive PR. He wanted to be in Dallas. He talked about, he's done so many interviews, and his agent has done so many interviews talking about how he wanted to stay in Dallas and get this done, and Jerry Jones is the one who messed it up. So you can't just say, I'm so happy to be here. You said you wanted to be in Dallas. You said this was hard for your family. But now you're here, and you're loving it, and, that's great, too. Both can be true. Neither has to be phony.
I mean, I had some friends at the game. They said when they announced – now, granted, there was a plan that Micah would come out of the tunnel last. but they said it was twice as loud when they called out Micah Parsons. And he was like, it was funny. He even messaged me. He's like, you should use that for your radio show tomorrow. And I'm like, yeah, actually I will. That's a pretty interesting tidbit.
Micah Parsons and Mike McCarthy, the two biggest ovations from the Lambeau crowd yesterday at the opener for the season. That's pretty awesome.
He actually did talk about being introduced last and what that meant for him as well. Why don't we go ahead and listen to what Mike had to say?
Yeah, that was sick. LaFleur called me last night and said, we're going to put you last and we're going to give you that embrace that you deserve. So that's pretty sick that they put that together for me. Now they can go back to regular order. I kind of got that. I got that, that feeling. And so, whoever the veterans or the captains are, they can get it now.
Guys, now I don't think this is for real or phony. It just makes me upset that he would relinquish being introduced last. This guy needs to be introduced last every single time because I think he'll get that same pop every single time. What do you guys think?
I think 100% like he said, LaFleur set him up to go out last. There's no guarantee that the fans are going to cooperate with your plan. The fact is, everybody who's a Packer fan is beyond thrilled that Micah Parsons is on our team. No one was going to be quiet for that. So awesome that they did it. And I do think that it's for real, that he doesn't necessarily want that attention. He wants those cheers to come after sacks. I don't think he needs it coming out of the tunnel game in and game out.
You don't start a podcast and be one of the best players in the league if you don't want a little extra attention on you.
But that's where he's getting it. He's getting his extra attention from his podcast.
But, I mean, if I know anything about people who want attention on themselves, and I feel like the two of us may be experts in the field.
Tauscher?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Talking about people who want attention on themselves. Yeah, he could, the right thing to say is, now let's go back to the regular order. I'm just happy to be part of this team, and a lot of the other things that we already heard him say. What he might actually be thinking is, man,
that was pretty cool.
This is pretty awesome. When they got me locked up here for the next 4 years, I'm the highest paid defensive player, non-quarterback in the league. I'm a big deal. They brought me here because I'm a big deal. Let me be a big deal, and let's give the fans what they want. And these
He's making more than Justin Jefferson.
So,
isn't that crazy?
It's wild to think about.
The best, or Jamar Chase.
But we'll see tonight with Justin Jefferson how much he impacts the game in Minnesota. But a lot of the Justin Jefferson's success depends on who's throwing him the football. Micah Parsons doesn't need anybody else on the field to impact what his level of success is going to be. He's got one job, and you know what that is, Matt.
Quarterback tackler.
All right, guys, so Jesse's saying that Micah sounded a little...
You're a phony!
There, but the final one I'll play from you, this is by far, I think, the most for real that Micah sounded after the game. And why don't you guys tell me if you think you know why?
Oh, man, the environment is crazy. Nah, I'm not going to lie. When it get a little cold, it's probably going to be a little treacherous. But overall, for right now, it's great.
Do you think Mike is going to play well in the cold? Do you think he thinks he's going to play well in the cold? Because the way he said, it's going to be a little treacherous, it's got me worried.
I mean, there's definitely players that are better when it's not cold. And, he'll get used to it. I'm confident. The Packers, they practice outside when they need to, gets you acclimated to that cold weather. I think he'll be just fine playing in the cold, but I think it is a fair concern for him to have.
There are certain positions that I think you could make the case playing in the cold is tougher. Wide receiver, quarterback, kickers.
Running back.
Quarterback tackler. Quarterback tackler is not one of them, I think. That's one of the positions least impacted by the weather. Just go get them. If there's a foot of snow on the ground, your traction's going to be a little worse. Besides that, just go get the guy.
Yeah. He's going to be fine. But he's not wrong to be slightly concerned about the cold if he doesn't like the cold.
How lucky are we to have Micah Parsons on the Green Bay Packers?
It's amazing.
Quarterback tackler.
That was one of the best Sundays I've had in a very, very long time. And I just won a curling tournament on a Sunday.
That's what you get when you go to Devin's house to watch the game.
Yeah, exactly.
If you missed that, you can catch up on the Jim, Matt, and Molly podcast on Apple, Spotify, and, of course, the new ESPN Wisconsin app. Download it today for full show podcast, and you can customize the experience so you can see all your favorite shows right at the top, plus categorized content. If you want all the Badgers content, Badger Volleyball, the Barry Alvarez Show, ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day, it's all available on the ESPN Wisconsin app. I'm going to get back to eating some of this delicious appetizer that they brought us out here.
Ossobuco ravioli.
Ossobuco.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, thank you to the tweeter Jacob. Lions don't live in the jungle, and it sure isn't the safari either. It's the savannah.
Savannah.
We're looking for there. The savannah. Number one answer on the board. Thank you.
Or the Serengeti?
Jacob.
It's word salad.
Is that the same?
It's the name of a desert.
Ah,
Serengeti.
gotcha.
Throwing Stones is next on Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
This is Martin Selsaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Holly on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
The biggest games.
Back-to-back state championships. Still going, lowers his shoulder into the end zone. Touchdown, Wanakee.
The most compelling stories.
Where are you going to be playing basketball next year?
I'm proud and excited to announce that I'll be going to the University of Charleston.
We are now joined by the Executive Director of the WIAA, Stephanie Hauser.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
I'm John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. We've been at the heart of many magical moments, from engagements to weddings to sweet 16s. It warms my heart to be a part of these moments for 40 years with people I consider family. With the highest standards and an eye for classic beauty, enjoy a warm boutique setting at Goodman's Jewelers, where integrity shines in every gem. At 220 State Street, Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store in Madison, since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Sharon needed legal help. She needed Gruber Law Offices.
When I think about Gruber Law Office, I think about how they took care of me, how they make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all. I will always trust one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
They are the best. I'm very happy.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on the Packers. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
This is Martin Selsaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Holly on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Yeah. I used to be down. I used to be down and I have a friend. It was like Groundhog Day.
Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light, live at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. Jesse Nelson and the Olympic gold medalist Matt Hamilton. Ham and jelly, as they like to say. And by they, I mean Tausch.
Rubbish.
Let's throw some stones.
1, 2, 3,
Some takes are cooler than others.
You know this kid is as cool as the other side of the pillow.
Some opinions are just cooler than the rest.
That was cooler than being cool. Ice cold.
And if you keep it chill, then it's a cold take.
Chill out. I'm chill. I'm chill as a cucumber, man.
I'm always the coldest.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's chillest Kia dealership.
to talk plenty of Badger football coming up at the top of the hour for the Barry Alvarez show here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. Coach is here at the Horseshoe Bar. I can see him hanging out with Tarek and Derek getting ready for the show. A little show prep going on up by the Horseshoe Bar.
Sounds like a delicious show prep.
About all things Wisconsin Badgers. I have a bone to pick with everybody who was freaking out on Saturday afternoon. How many times over the last 30 years since Coach Alvarez took over here have the Badgers played an opponent that you never want to describe one as inferior, but a team that you would expect Wisconsin to handle pretty convincingly? And they don't
at least
necessarily
2 times a season to start the season.
And they don't necessarily get out to the strongest start. It's a little slow and a little clunky, and the crowd is late to arrive, and it's a little closer at halftime than you might think. I did a number of post-game shows over the last 10 years on these airwaves where we've said, it could have been a faster first half, but they got it done in the end. And sure enough, I'm getting texts. I'm on Twitter doom scrolling, seeing all these people on Saturday afternoon. Oh my God, time to really think about Fickell. What is this team doing? This looks atrocious. They can't do anything right. They won the game 42-10. They wore them down. Middle Tennessee stunk. They were trying to build some confidence for a young quarterback who transferred from San Diego State that needs to be ready to play at Alabama next week. Because Billy Edwards probably, you would think, won't be good enough to go. Give this team and give this coach a break. This is exactly why Tausch got after me and called me Mr. Rational sarcastically last week. When I said, don't make every play, every drive, every quarter an indictment this season on Luke Fickell. You're going to drive yourself crazy if that's how you watch Wisconsin football this year. And that's exactly what I saw a whole bunch of people doing on social media and texting me in text chains over the weekend. I was so annoyed by it.
I think that's fair. I mean,
you 100% thought it, didn't you?
No.
You seem like the kind of guy that would be out there.
No, I'm not one to overreact, especially to the negative. I'm not one to be doom and gloom. I like to find the silver lining in this, and I'm with you. They wore him down. Danny O'Neal had to find a rhythm. Finally, he got into one.
He was pretty good.
I mean, he had 400 yards passing. That's more than pretty good, regardless of the opponent. That's a lot of yards to get through the air. The Badgers, I think they're going to be fine. Yes, they're slow starts. Sure, we've definitely played lesser opponents all the time to start our seasons, and they don't always go as swimmingly as you'd expect. But I wouldn't count this team out quite yet.
There have been a number of times, this is my only point on it, there have been a number of times in Coach Alvarez's day, and in Brett Bielema's day, and in Paul Christ's tenure, and I don't know about Gary Anderson, maybe not so much, but there have been a lot of times where the Badgers start a little slow. Halftime, it's a closer deficit than you might think. You're like, wow, they could be on upset alert here. And then they pull away and they win a game like they did 42-10 convincingly, and people get to leave after jump around. It's fine. Don't judge this regime differently because they were only up by 4 at halftime on Middle Tennessee. That's happened a bunch of times. Fill in the blank for Middle Tennessee with a bunch of other team names. That's happened across multiple coaches, across multiple decades in this city. Everybody calm down.
It seems like it happens with a lot of the favorites every year, too. Where, some of the best teams in the country, the high-ranked ones, are playing their...
Florida lost to USF in Gainesville at night.
Because Florida stinks, Jesse, okay? And the Badgers...
and USF is actually pretty okay.
Florida had one of those little numbers next to them on their little score bug. We don't.
Yeah, that was an AP preseason poll, which means squat. I mean, everyone got excited about Florida because they finished last season hot. Just the same reason that everyone's down on the Badgers because they finished last season so poorly. Both teams are really just the same thing. Stuck in a really good conference and not really being able to step up to the competition above them. I mean, look, I know that it's a slow start against Middle Tennessee State, and you can say, oh, well, they figured it out in the second half. They have to figure it out a lot quicker in some of the games coming up.
They sure are, and that's why you try to figure it out against Middle Tennessee, because you have the luxury of being able to start slow and then still win a game by 32 points.
Do we think Oregon fans last year were thinking the same thing? Wow, it's a really close game in the third quarter. getting into the fourth quarter against the Badgers, we're supposed to be able to.
No, that's November, and they were fully healthy.
They were thinking that against Boise State earlier.
All I'm saying is,
yes, that's a great comment.
If you're a better team and the other team is within striking range, the game isn't over. You can't overreact, is all I'm saying. And I feel like with the Badgers having a bit of a slump these last couple of years, people are way too quick to overreact to the negative.
100%. Totally agree.
I'm with you. I am not. First of all, I feel a little bit attacked when you said you seem like one of those guys who would.
Well, I mean,
I'm too optimistic to jump to the negative.
I saw you in that big Badger hat with your lining kugels in your little koozie, Coors Light koozie. You're out at a bar somewhere. I could see you on Saturday afternoon when they're up 14. Only up 14-10 at halftime.
Badgers stink.
Time to start thinking about Fickle. Seats getting a little hot, buddy.
I'm not like you with the defending NL Manager of the Year calling for their job too early.
That's different, and I didn't do that.
So I would never think of something like that.
Tarek Sala is going to hop on with us for the final couple of minutes of today's show before we get ready for the Barry Alvarez show here at Ruth Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. As we get to break, let's hear from Jim. He's telling us about Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Go be a winner. Go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison every weekend. They have hundreds of winners and millions of dollars won at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. What are you waiting for? Head there this weekend. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison is for winners.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Hi, Dave from Canopy Wealth Management here. Our balanced approach helps guide you through a complex and ever-changing landscape. Throughout your family's financial planning journey, we will serve as a partner, advocate, and steward in all aspects to help you achieve your goals with confidence. At Canopy, care, competence, and clarity, it's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
I wasn't sure if college was right for me. I worried that it would be too stressful or rigid, but I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. At Madison College, the atmosphere is relaxed, and the instructors are friendly and collaborative. It's such a cohesive environment. My advice to others, take a deep breath and go for it. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Free Food Friday on ESPN Madison is brought to you by Vintage Brewing Company. Whether you're looking to get carry-out, delivery, or dine-in, Vintage Brewing has lots of great options on their menu. Vintage Brewing Company prides themselves on being a great place to hang out and enjoy classic Midwestern hospitality. Vintage Brewing Company has multiple award-winning beers, so be sure to try one the next time you're in. Head to vintagebrewingcompany.com to make a reservation today. That's vintagebrewingcompany.com.
Striving for excellence is exactly what we do.
Our suite of master craftsmen ensure every roof we install will last.
We believe in giving you exceptional results.
And the satisfaction and durability you want with your suite of metal roof.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Suita. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Suita metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Suita Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
Molly live from Ruth Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. Just about done with our show, but the show continues here at Ruth Chris until 7 o'clock. The Barry Alvarez show leads us into Brewers baseball against the Texas Rangers. A full day here on ESPN Madison. I'm Jesse Nelson. I'm in for Jim and Molly. They're at the Bears-Vikings game tonight. Can you believe that? Tarek Saleh joins us from the Barry Alvarez Show.
What's up, guys?
Hi, Tarek. Jim and Molly are missing their show today, reacting to a massive Packers victory over the Lions to attend the Vikings-Bears game at Soldier Field.
Totally understand Rutledge. He's a Bears fanatic. Loser. No.
Yeah, it totally is.
So
totally is.
I love Jim, but when it comes to the Bears, obviously we have our differences, and he's a diehard guy. He's totally half glass full on them. I'm sure they're better. They might win tonight, but, they're still the Bears.
Yeah, and I would never personally miss an important show after a big game, so
No,
I can't
not you.
imagine what these guys are doing. This just is so out of character for people on our show.
We've been accumulating a list throughout the show today, Tarek, on what do we know about the Green Bay Packers after one game yesterday against the Detroit Lions. What do you think we can say we know about the Packers after what you saw yesterday?
Well, I think they got a solid run game, and they got a solid front seven to defeat the run. I just think they're great up front, and I think the NFL, I love the toughness that's going on, and you see the great teams, whether it's the Ravens versus Bills, and you see what Philadelphia does, the Redskins. The great teams play physical up front. They play fast. They play with passion, and the Packers got it. And with Micah Parsons, I'm telling you, it is coming every play, making everybody better around him, and it's pretty awesome.
I don't know what percentage of snaps he played, but it felt like his presence was on the field every time that defense took the field. Like, it felt like a different vibe when the Packers were on defense. And maybe it was just knowing that Micah Parsons could come in on third down and completely derail a drive.
Well, when you could put Penei Sewell on his heels, who's arguably the best offensive tackle in the league and maybe one of the best all time, he just changed the dynamic. And then Coach Alvarez is sitting over here across from us, and my other D-line coaches. It's not the sacks, it's the pressure.
Yeah.
And his presence and then him getting off the ball, putting Penei on his heels, created such pressure that it just makes it such an advantage for the Packers.
Last one, Tarek. I know you'll like this one. Big debate here in the 5 o'clock hour. Who wins in a fight out in the jungle or the savannah?
I love the animal fights.
A lion or a giraffe?
One-on-one.
Dude, a lion.
It's
all day
no
long.
question, right?
Only way, you got to get like 12 giraffes together kicking, and maybe you got one lion. They'll jump right up on their back. I know animal fights really well.
Apparently, they say a giraffe can just kick a lion. And
Google
it takes
says 99 times out of 100, a single giraffe takes a single lion. One kick is all it takes.
Can't be
no
right.
chance. He's going to jump on their back and take their neck out.
Maybe.
You ever see that podcast and the dudes are like talking to the biggest of the big and the baddest of the bad? Tiger versus a mountain lion.
We're going giraffe.
Awesome. More of this analysis
We're
on the
going
Barry
lion.
Alvarez show next.
Hey, love you guys. Thanks.
See ya.
Ben Brust here.